how do you think connection and peer support could have a positive impact on your nonprofit work?
I think there's like two things, right? For me, the first is just sharing stories, sharing struggles, talking about things that are working well. Um, we were just talking about not being on the cutting edge, but I think there are some orgs that are
Yeah.
doing some new and really exciting things. And um, my most recent Hive chat, actually, we were talking about events and like how do we get people to come back to events? And
Mm,
so, more targeted, more exclusive um, based events. Maybe that's the answer. That's what the
yeah.
organization that I was talking to was trying. But really being able to kind of share those stories, share ideas back and forth on what's working in terms of donor engagement. And then that other piece, just the peer support, I I think professionally, it's just kind of all about who you know these days,
Yeah.
and um, you just never know, right? Like the meetings that I've had through the Hive, um, you get to meet some really cool people, and you just never know kind of when your paths may cross again. So I think just having those connections and building really strong professional relationships can be beneficial years and years later.
Yeah, for sure. I always look at it too as I could always use another cheerleader. Like
Yeah.
that's what there's never going to be enough, right? And in some ways, all you're really giving each other is like cheerleading. But that's, I think we've gotten into this mindset that like there should be so much to give or so much to get, but it doesn't, it can also be incremental amounts from many people that kind of like, lift us all up a little bit instead of this idea that you have to give so much of your time and so much of your energy.
I'm just thinking about like my professional network, and there are people that I haven't stayed super close in contact with, but they, anytime something gets posted on LinkedIn or whatever, they're commenting and liking, and
Yeah.
sometimes it's a message or a text, just being, oh, congrats, or that's great to
Yeah.
hear. In the work that we do, I think it's just by nature difficult, and
Yeah.
so to have that network and to have that support, as big or small, it doesn't really matter, but just to have that is great.